Hello, this is Peter Newman. I'm a member on the ANSYS Learning Forum, and I'm answering a question on how to create what's going to be a CFD mesh. And the questioner wants to know how to get control of the elements along the length. And I had some suggestions. We're going to do a little tutorial on that. And so I've had a go at it initially, but we're going to do it over in this tutorial. So I'm going to bring out a mesh, which is just the first two pieces, and I'm going to bring in the initial geometry, which is the before. And that geometry we're going to edit in SpaceClaim. So it's coming up. So here's that single solid, and what I've got is a series of operations to divide this into sweepable bodies. And one of the tools on the design tab is split body. So one thing is we want to split this body at this face, and now we've got two bodies. So the outer body, we'll go back to the select tool, and we'll use the F2 to name that body cylinder, and this body is going to be named F2 nozzle. What we want to do is we want to split that cylinder up to make a nozzle-shaped piece in the center so that it can carry through from one to the next. And to do that, we're going to use a sketch. We're going to sketch on this. We're going to sketch a circle. The circle is going to be the same dimension, which is 4 millimeters, as what's on that. And when I go back to the select tool, editing the sketch mode, I've got now two faces on this body, and if I pick this face and do with the select key, I can do Control C, Control V, which creates a little surface that we'll use later. But right now we've got a face, so we've got both a face and a surface. What we're going to do with the face is we're going to use the pull tool and just pull that face all the way through to the end. So now we've got a through hole. And what we're going to do with the surface is we're going to use the pull tool and make a solid that is 200 millimeters long. So that solid is going to fill the hole in this cylinder, and it matches up with the extended nozzle. So those are the three pieces. Now what I've found is it's very helpful to put up a couple of planes. I'm going to get the plane tool, and I want a plane on the X and a plane on the Z. So there's two planes, and what I want to do with those planes is split the body. So I want to split, and I'll zoom out a bit more. I want to split all of these with this plane, and I want to split all of these with this plane. And so that's quartered the geometry up, which is going to make it easy to control the mesh. What I thought I'll do is, so we'll bring this in. This is called before, so I'm just going to do a save as and call it split. And then I'll bring that geometry in on Workbench into the right here. We'll place geometry with split. So we're bringing that in, and now we're going to go mesh that. So I'll start up the meshing program. Okay, here is that geometry in the meshing app, and what I'll do is just mesh 1/4 of it, and you can do your own meshing. So there's the inside piece. If we hide that, we'll suppress these pieces, and so with a selection, we'll just suppress body and show all body. So this is what we'll mesh, and we're going to do sweep, which is a mesh method, and we'll insert a method on this, and the method will be sweep. We're actually going to sweep it around the face, so we're going to tell it we want to sweep manual source and target, and the source will be this face and the target will be this face. So apply. So we've got a first body that's going to be swept, and we want to use the similar method. We'll sweep say 32 around the quarter circle, or 30, say 30 increments around this circle, quarter circle. And now we can add some mesh controls. So we'll insert sizing on these edges. We're going to size these 3 edges with number of divisions. So here we go, and the number of divisions will be 30. Now the last piece is how many divisions across here, and so let us do another edge sizing for these 2 edges, and we want those edges to have say 20, but we want to bias the size by a factor of say 5, and we need to reverse one of them because we want the small elements at the wall and the bigger elements at the center. So there is a full definition on this piece, and so we'll pick that and say generate a mesh, see how that looks, and there it is. So we've got small elements on the side and bigger elements in the center, and that's a pretty good mesh.